Hello and welcome to another episode of Champions of Inspiration. Going to be a great show today because this gentleman is a true champion for sure. And he wants to get the word out and has created some technology that everybody needs to know about, something we're using at Champions of Inspiration. We're using it through my other brands and working to talk to a lot of people about it. So Zach Hedges from PreBuilt Marketing, thanks for joining us here on Champions of Inspiration.
Oh, thanks, Scott. Appreciate to be here. Appreciate the invite.
So what are we going to talk about today? What's the thing that everybody needs to know about?
Well, obviously, what I do is I help business owners and marketing teams brand themselves on social media through technology and artificial intelligence. What you're looking back, I guess he's over here on the side or this side is Amy, short for the Artificial Intelligence Marketing Interface. She's an AI created over the last 3 years. So it's exciting stuff. Talk about how it can help folks with social media. Yeah.
So that's what we really want to talk about here today is we want to talk about Amy. We want to help everybody understand here is an artificial intelligence marketing system that has the ability to save you a tremendous amount of time, energy, and money, correct?
Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, I mean, a little bit about myself. I started building websites and doing video when I was 14, 15 years old. I started my first multimedia company when I was 16, and I never looked back since. By the time I was 25, I had Fortune 500 clients, Hard Rock Hotels, the Pfizer's, pharmaceuticals, as well as hundreds of small businesses. But I got real enamored with technology and especially software as a solution. And so I wanted to start building my own software. My partners and I got together over 10 years ago, started building email marketing and marketing automation and CRM technologies. But we kept hearing the same thing, which was, you built this race car, but I don't know how to drive it. And the driver is strategy, is content, what to say, how to say it. There's all these tools out there, right? Send the email, send the text, publish the social post. But what do I say? And if I don't have a marketing team, if I don't have an agency, if I don't have those type of folks, around me to do that for me, and I'm not wired that way as a business owner.
Yeah.
A lot of times business owners just don't leverage marketing well online. And so about 3 years ago, I was like, I think there's a lot of CRMs and email marketing solutions out there. There's a lot of competition, but nobody's really yet solved this content creation challenge. And so I started screaming at my Alexa and going, change the music. And I said, wait, can I teach AI to write content, to create content? And that's how Amy was born over 3 years ago. PreBuilt Marketing was created. We started on this mission since 2018 to create our own artificial intelligence that writes, creates, and designs your social media marketing for you. Started off, our first version was just a campaign that created posts. And then we kept evolving. And at the end of 2020 into 2021, we launched Amy Social. That's the latest version of Amy. And she now creates your complete social media marketing strategy, calendar, editorial calendar for you every month in the matter of seconds, so that business owners and marketing teams can reduce the time it takes to keep their social media marketing fresh, engaging. It's using the power of artificial intelligence, which she never has to sleep. She never has to be fed or eat or, take a break. She's working 24/7 for you. It's really exciting what we're doing over here. So.
Yeah, tremendously. I know when I first saw it, I was absolutely enamored with it. And the one thing that's interesting, I was on a call earlier today with a serial entrepreneur out of Dubai. And we were talking about we all have the same limited 86,400 seconds a day, right? And how do we utilize that the very best in our core skill set? And while many times many entrepreneurs are pretty handy at copywriting and stuff like that, there are far more that are less than handy at doing that and all that. So I find it fascinating that you can take artificial intelligence and through the prompting and everything that you have done at PreBuilt, you can now put Amy on a track to run for so many different industries and categories and things like that. So how do you, other than saving time, energy, and money, that's huge right in and of itself, right? Not trying to make that small by any stretch. how do we utilize Amy the very best? How is this going to serve the entrepreneurial communities to the max?
Well, I think one of the things about social media, and there's kind of a misconception about the value of it, and how it, especially from a business owner, right?
Mhm.
There's kind of like, I want business owners to think of it like buckets, right? If you're branding yourself, right, then, and you're the brand and you're out there, then community and followers and all of these kind of things are hugely important. And that requires you to have a lot of personalized one-on-one content, right? That's about you, right? But if I run a roofing business, right, or I'm a boutique owner or something like that, if the brand isn't really about me, it's about my company and what I provide. And a
Right.
lot of times people feel like business owners go, well, I don't have a lot of followers. I only have 300 people or 200 people. Why should I care about this? Why should I care about consistently posting every day, right? And the challenge is that you need to start looking at your social channels like you do your website. It's part of your internet credentials. It's part of your brand. Somebody
Right.
types in your name because they're getting ready to hire you, and the first thing that pops up now, three in an SEO search, is your Facebook page. And if they go to your Facebook page and you haven't posted in 3 years, or you're posting pictures of your cats and your dog, not about what you do as a business, not
Right.
showing that you're in business, you're not going to close as much. And I think people, a lot of small business owners think that that's, well, I shouldn't care because I don't have a lot of followers. And who's going to follow me? I sell, personalized mugs. You know what I mean? No, it's about looking great online and your branding. And, and what a lot of business owners don't realize is that Facebook has become one of the world's largest local search engines.
Right.
Over 1.5 billion people a day go in that little search bar on Facebook and type in real estate agent, insurance agent, whatever they're looking for. And they get searches. They get it by the companies within a 20-mile radius. They get it by the posts, and the hashtags and all these things, that these results that Facebook gives you. And if you're in a list of the top 10 real estate agents within a 5-mile radius of this person, and they click on your post and your page looks dead, what are you telling them about your business?
Right.
So don't focus so much on, well, this post didn't get 50 shares and 1,000 likes. Focus on how that page looks and the consistency and the branding and how you look. Because when that client is evaluating whether to hire you, they may pick your competitor because they take the time to make sure they look good on social media. And I think that's an important, the real heart of why they should be doing this activity to begin with, whether they're using Amy or anybody else for that matter.
Totally agree that, again, the entrepreneur tends to be chief cook and bottle washer, right? They got all the activities and all the different things. So even if you're good at it, it still takes time to accomplish it. I know just even posting these shows to the various locations that we go to, both live with the show and then after show, it takes time, but you have to commit to that. And so again, when I first saw Amy, it made all the sense in the world that something that, quite frankly, could do a better job of writing the copy and a better job of assimilating the pictures and everything, because you've got such a huge database behind this. You've done an amazing job of building a phenomenal tool here. Now we just got to help people understand the tools out here, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like anything, it's not Field of Dreams. You build it and they will come. You got to build it and you got to bring them to the stadium. So, like any business, I'm still a business owner out there and, working with those. But yeah, we built one of the most powerful AI automation, social media automation engines out there. And you can use Amy in so many different ways to automate this content creation task, right? You said it yourself, you're good at writing, but the time to sit there and create the post to market, the latest, webinar, the latest podcast, the latest video, that time can be automated by an AI engine like Amy. So that way it spits the post out for you, little tweak, schedule, you're done. You just took a task that was an hour, you brought it down to 5 minutes. Time is money, right? And that's the way to look at using Amy, using our artificial intelligence and our automation, is you can set this stuff up to, go out at certain times, create the kind of posts you're looking for. And now you've taken what traditionally takes a marketer 6 to 10 hours a week to keep their social media channels full of great posts, down to 15 or 20 minutes a month with Amy, if you set it up right, and then you can focus. And the beautiful thing is, you're consistently posting, and then you can focus on those kind of posts that are really unique to you, right? You're at the ball game with your kids and you take a picture on your phone, and you can do this with Amy, And you can write a quick post. Oh, I'm having a great time. Tag, because you're sponsoring a baseball game, right? And then you put that into your calendar. And now that's that personal, real super personal type of post. That's real easy for you to do because you're not really marketing yourself or trying to, how do I position my product? You're just talking out of the heart. And that's easy for people to do on social media. So you spend more time doing that and leave the marketing and the generic and the education and all that stuff to Amy. She's like an assembly line, just cranking it out for you. And so this huge benefit, so many levels.
The other side, you've built, again, the databases of pictures. I know one of the categories we were looking at, I think what there were, I don't remember how many thousands of pictures there were, but
we have over almost 30,000 royalty-free stock imagery in there. So
30,000 images.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's absolutely amazing that, and again, those are royalty-free. They're included in the Amy package as it pulls it all together. So what tracks are set to go with Amy? And let's handle that first. What tracks are set to go? Who could this be benefiting right now?
Well, there really isn't any company that can't use Amy. We have the ability, no matter what niche you are, even if you're in some real super niche, you sell a brain scanning technology, I don't know, you're in the healthcare space or something, we can customize Amy to talk, walk, and squawk exactly the way you need. She can create content. We can have her, right now we have over 300 or 400 design patterns or skins that Amy uses to design the post with, but you can work with us and we can customize and add your own design patterns, your own, looks and feels, the tone, the sentiment. It's all highly customizable. So in that particular venue, we work with, companies directly to create versions of Amy specific to their exact needs. But we have, one of the beautiful things about Amy is we've pre-built her to write so much content. We have, to your point, over 50 marketing categories already built into Amy that she writes generically for. So it goes all the way to marketing a product launch, a product sale, marketing your store, marketing a new location, marketing all types of content, your white papers, your guides, your ebooks, your podcasts, your webinars, your latest YouTube episodes, all kinds of events, your webinars, your sporting events, the list goes on and on, even cause stuff. You want to promote a charity, crowdfunding. There's over 50 of those generic marketing categories that you can click, customize, and spit out content as you need to. We also have about, I think, over 200 educational categories, tips, tricks, quotes. We have about 30 different quote categories with thousands of libraries of quotes. So Amy will take a quote, say business quotes, she'll create the post for you. Now you're sharing a quote. You know what I mean? Because that's, social media isn't just about selling, it's about educating, it's about positioning yourself as a thought leader, it's providing value and things like that. And so with Amy, you can create your own custom calendar with a nice mix of education, marketing, and then we also have the ability for you to put RSS feeds and YouTube channels in there. So you can share other people's content or your blog content automatically with Amy using our curation feature. So you can really do some amazing stuff and there's no limit. As far as the industries are concerned, like I said, it doesn't really matter. We have a way of working with anybody, but we do have some industry strategies that we've already created. Primarily, some of our better strategies are in real estate, insurance agents, restaurants, some travel, but we have about 40 other industry categories, everything from roofing and things of that nature that we've already sort of set up strategies for with Amy, so that you can click a button, spit out a strategy, and then customize it there. Makes it easier, makes onboarding quicker. But like I said, this is artificial intelligence, so it's a matter of just training her. There isn't a company that we couldn't come in and develop, an automation engine for. So
yeah, that's phenomenal. Tremendously exciting. I got to believe, number one, I've seen the campaigns that have been posted. They look so phenomenally professional. So it's definitely a part of up-leveling the entrepreneur's opportunity going through there. But how do you, what do you share as the potential cost savings due to Amy doing the work as opposed to either hiring out somebody or doing it yourself, just the pure time savings times a dollar rate?
Yeah, so it depends, obviously it all depends on what you as a business owner have paid for these services, right? If you've never really done social media and you never had to pay anybody to do it for you, then that depends on what your cost metrics is there. But typically a lot of our clients are spending, they fall into a couple buckets. One, they're either spending thousands of dollars a month on agencies to do their social media, or they have full-time staff, so they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in staff, right?
Right.
And then there's the bucket that's, I pay a service $200 or $300 a month for 2 posts a week, and I get 8 posts a month, and I got to have a meeting, and I got to have a call, and I got to approve it. And so with Amy, you can get Amy for as little as $300 a month, and she'll develop hundreds of posts a month in a complete strategy for you. And you can have your assistant run it. That's how easy it is. You can run on your cell phone. You could be running it while you're waiting in line to pick up your kids at the school line, and you just go approve, click, 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 and it's done for you. So, those cost savings from, well, now I don't need 5 employees, I can go to 2. You can do the math on that, right? In that scenario. Or, hey, I don't need to spend $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month on an agency. I can spend $300 a month, right, with Amy, and I can have an assistant who's not an expert run it for me, or I can run it myself. Or it's a service that's saying, I'm already spending $250, $300, but I'm getting 2 posts a week. Now with Amy, I can get 5 posts a day. I can get, I can share hundreds of posts a month and really leverage it across, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Their value there is tremendous on the cost side. And then on the time side, I think we've probably already hit that. The time savings, are immeasurable, in that regard.
Yeah, it was another conversation earlier this morning, talking with a friend about how we tend to get caught up. I think the other huge attribute of Amy is you don't get pulled into the black hole of social media. If you're posting your own stuff, all of a sudden, squirrel, right? There's a cat video that you just got to watch for some reason, or somebody's grabbing a crocodile out of something on Reels, and you go, wait a second. So now that side of it too, to have this so automated for you, to be able to build a calendar and know that Amy, and know and trust that Amy is going to do such an exceptional job of not only developing the content, but posting the content for you. You have that confidence in it. But that time that you personally spend on social media then you don't get sucked into that black hole. You can get going. So that's huge in and of itself too.
I agree completely. Like I said earlier, you go to your personal Facebook wall feed, and it's personal. It's the cat pictures, it's this, it's that. But your business side is a whole another angle. And to have to do both can be very distracting. Most entrepreneurs or folks, if they don't have the resources to pay for the agencies and the services, that's why their pages are dead. That's why they're not really leveraging it from a business perspective. It's harder for them. And so, yeah, it's quite remarkable. We're on the forefront of a new trailblazing, in the forefront of a new arena, which is this using artificial intelligence to create content, to create these kind of things, right? New companies are coming out all the time. We've been here for 3 years doing it, one of the trailblazers, but we're excited to see that. We want to see that, right? We want to see artificial intelligence used to help, with these types of tasks to facilitate that. So we're excited about where Amy's going and all the benefits she can do.
Yeah, I think the other thing is too, I'm tremendously excited that we're putting it on my accounts to be able to blow up reach and followership and things like that. Was talking to a podcast coach earlier, and I said, where do you suggest that these go? He goes, everywhere you can post them. Well, if you start to think about that, that's a lot of places. And so even if it only takes you personally 5 or 10 minutes to accomplish it, as you add everywhere or as many places as possible in that regime, it starts to be a time suck. And time suck as an entrepreneur is not good. And so again, just see the again, whether it be in real estate or insurance or chiropractic or some of the categories you have. Again, many of the chiropractic offices are solo practitioners and certainly not their area of expertise. And gosh, what a great opportunity. So where do you see it in other? So that's kind of the entrepreneurial side. Where else does Amy go that it provides great benefit?
Well, we're working a lot at the enterprise level, which is, going into marketing departments that, have a lot of human capital involved. They're spending a lot of time and effort to generate the same types of contents and strategies. And so what we're able to do is go in there and implement our automation engine for them, streamline this. And what they're doing is they're taking their employees and putting them on other tasks. They're getting to take them off of this remedial content creation stuff and move them to other tasks and utilize their ability. And so we're finding huge benefits there, in regards to that. As far as Amy as a technology, Scott, we're adding video support. By the end of the month in March, you're going to be able to audit, you're going to be able to upload your videos, and she'll create the post with the videos and the reels and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
We're working towards, more features to help the marketing agency owners, marketing agencies, the real savvy marketers have more control, over what she can do and the kind of campaigns they can do. Facebook groups is in the horizon in the future, just adding more feature sets, more analytics, more things to just keep building out the offering here, because, she's such a powerful tool, and we believe it can be used in for so many ways,
Well, the other side of that is, like you say, the analytics. We haven't talked about that yet. Don't believe Amy just because we say believe Amy. Believe the proof is in the pudding, right? So there's a whole analytics set there.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the great things is, there's machine learning built into, and that's how artificial intelligence gets smarter, right? It has machine learning. So it's taking the data, it's taking the post, and we analyze the post. We look at the post she creates. We look at the picture she uses. Does it have a woman? Are they smiling? Right? Does it have, what colors are in the imagery? What is the text? Is it funny sounding? Is it serious? What's the tone, the sentiment? We analyze everything in the text and everything that she creates. We store that data, and then when that post gets put out there, and we see the likes and the comments and the shares and all that, then we start to understand, well, what worked. And we start to combine those trends. We go, when we use images of women smiling with the color green, we get a 10% more engagement rate than if we use men with the color blue. That's the kind of machine learning analytics that are going on here with Amy. She's learning that. And then over time, she gets smarter on how to construct, what to say. And obviously that's based on the industry you're in, type of post you're creating. So there's a lot of variance to it, but there's that level of sophistication going on here, and that level of machine learning that we've implemented here, and Amy's just getting smarter and better. And obviously machine learning is based upon large amounts of data. You gotta have, we've had over 1 million posts scheduled through the app. So she's learning.
Wow.
But as the more people use Amy and the more data we get, the smarter she's just going to get. She's going to get better at what she does. So
that's exciting. I mean, my goodness, boy, if you could do that with an employee, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Have them keep
artificial intelligence,
Yeah. So what have we not addressed here that people need to know?
I don't know. I mean, you can obviously learn more about Amy by visiting, amysocial.com. You can see what it's all about. We've got a great demo video there. You can see the technology. We just really want to help customers brand themselves on social media. We want to help you build your businesses, first and foremost, and just really take this off the checklist, right? You said earlier, time suck. Everybody's got a list. If you can come in and put Amy and take this from either a non-existent activity that you need to do that you can never get off the list to check off the list and move on, that's what we're here to do, and we want to help you do it. So we'd be excited if you joined our family of companies that we work with.
And it goes anywhere from the individual account, simply, a entrepreneur working alone, to, like you say, enterprise level and everything in between. I know that the success stories that I've been hearing, which is one of the reasons I wanted to do the show, is because these are the kind of, you're championing inspiration, right? People being able to live their inspired best good because of Amy being able to make these posts and do this. Any huge success stories that you can share with us that would just give people an idea how phenomenal Amy really is?
Yeah, and obviously, everybody's success is different, depends on your audience, what you're talking to, and that kind of thing. But we've had real estate agents come to us and said, I've sold a house from an Amy post. I sold a $500,000 home because of a post that Amy created. Went on my social channels, they PM me, I sold the house. I had a mortgage agent, we have mortgage folks that just talk about all the time how they're selling, they're writing policies and things like that. All the time, people, sales. I mean, there's obviously a lot of success. But, for the most part, it's about staying consistent, right? one post, I could take one post Amy writes for a real estate agent. They get 5 leads. I could put on different real estate agents and they get 0 leads, right? Because it's about consistency. And I think that's the problem. People don't understand. Social media is think of social media like a river, right? Everybody's standing by the river looking. They're looking at rocks. They're looking at what's floating down the river. And every time you throw a post, it's another thing in the river for them to see. But if you're only throwing once a year, once a month, nobody's going to see you. Nobody's going to see it. But if you're throwing 3 or 4 a day, and then they go, oh, notice, that builds that. And if you can stay consistent with that, you'll see over time. I've had clients see success in day 1. I've had clients have been like, it took 4 months and now I'm finally seeing success because they stayed consistent. They built the audience and then they built their brand, right? And it's about creating mind share, in sales, mind share, right? It takes 12, 13, 15 touches to close a business, right? I don't know what it is today. It was years ago in the old studies. I'm sure it's probably more now because of digital technology. So think of why you're doing this like that. And you're going to see results down, you're going to see results across the board, whether it's sales, leads, closing rate, et cetera, et cetera. So.
Yeah, agree with you on the number of touches it takes with the advent of digital technology, with the advent of the internet and everything. It used to be 5 to 7 is what they would say. There was a Notre Dame study that said 94% of salespeople quit asking after the first 5 tries. Why is that significant? Because it also found that 60% of all sales were done in the 6th attempt or after. And so that's it's a Notre Dame study that I quote in sales training all the time. And so you're right. Today with digital technology, and it is a consistency game for sure. And you can't be consistent for a little while. Yeah. Consistency by definition is ongoing. And Amy provides a system here that allows that to happen, which is phenomenal. So again, I'm a big proponent of having know, like, and trust of the vendor built ahead of when they're ready. If they're ready and they don't trust you, they're not buying from you, but they're buying from somebody else. If they trust you and not ready, they're not buying from you or anybody else. But when you've got trust built and they're ready, it's a beautiful combination. They come and buy from you, and it makes the whole process a whole lot easier. And I think that's one of the greatest attributes that, from what I see, that Amy can add to the situation is building that know, like, and trust, which is an absolute in the presentation or sale of any product. If they don't know you, assume they don't like you. If they don't like you, assume they don't trust you, but they got to trust you to do business with them. Yes. Amy is that trust creation and growth entity through that consistency. I think that's congratulations on creating something so forward thinking. I think it's just very cool.
Well, thank you, Scott. Appreciate that. And it's been a journey. It's like any entrepreneur. But we're excited, and we're here. We're looking forward to the future. So I appreciate you and appreciate the opportunity to speak with your audience and your community.
So we're coming down on time here. How about a little bit of wisdom for everybody, and then we'll kind of wrap it up after that. What do you think they should know, either that they don't know or that would help them with their business going forward?
Yeah, embrace the struggle. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 16 years old. But when you believe in something and you want it bad enough, you never stop. And you learn from your failures. You learn from what what went wrong, what went right, and you just keep going. And so yeah, embrace that. Believe in yourself. Believe in why you're doing this every day, and good things will happen. So that's my fortune cookie.
That's awesome. No, I agree with you. You're going to find a lot of things that work. You're going to find a lot of things that don't work. Don't do the things that don't work. Pick the things that do. Pretty common sense.
Learn from it.
Learn from it.
Learn from it.
Can we get that AI chip in our head?
Elon is trying to. He's trying to put the chips in the body. So I don't know.
We won't go down that path, but I agree. So, Zach, thank you for being here today. Great information, and really appreciate everything that you've done. Look forward to working with you going forward, and just doing some great things together.
Thank you, Scott. Same here. Take care, everyone.
And
Appreciate it.
everybody, thanks for joining us here on Champions of Inspiration. Make sure that you're here the next time for the next event. God bless.